Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Knitting in a Podcast. It is episode number 12 in English. I am Ivana and I love to knit and I love to talk about it, so that's why I make this podcast. And I've got, of course, a cup of coffee. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong side. Some mugs does have it on one side. This is my fall in love. It's fall. I love it. New mug. I bought it at the thrift shop yesterday. I love it with the lovely fox and the owl and the rainy umbrella and the leaves and all fall things. I've got a coffee today. And I have another fall mug. Hier staat op, even kijken, let the leaves fall, let the fall begin, we are ready for it. And because tomorrow is my birthday, 14 September, I record my podcast today. I put my slingers, party slingers on, and because I'm turning 54 tomorrow, and I always like to celebrate my birthday. I have a few good friends. They come tomorrow in the afternoon for coffee and cake. My father made lovely cakes, apple cake and slagroom. Hoe zeg je dat in het Engels? Nou ja, slagroomtaart. That's Dutch. And and because of my birthday tomorrow, I thought I will record the episode today. Because it takes too long to record 2 episodes and then edit them all and put them on YouTube tomorrow. So I thought I tape it today and then tomorrow I can edit it all this afternoon, and then tomorrow morning I can put them on YouTube. So you will get an early episode from me on 14 September when you watch this. It is maybe 14 September or it's later, I don't know. The weather in the Netherlands is finally cooled off. It was so hot. I thought the weatherman said 10 days of hot weather after each other. It was too hot for me. I don't like the heat. I like fall and winter. That's my favorite parts of the year. And I loved this past summer because we didn't have a lot of hot days, so that was good. But the last 10 days, it was too hot. Too hot for me, but I coped with it. I thought it would come. It's always when August and July are bad. September is good. That's always the thing. That's all 54 years so. And I know that because I'm in September. It's my birthday. And sometimes I've got rainy days and sometimes I've got really hot September days of birthdays. I think 7 years ago it was 31 degrees on my birthday. So it could be warm in September also. It's not it's my whole life. It is like that. So that's it about the weather. We're here for the knitting, of course, and I will show you what I knitted on the last 2 weeks. Last week I had a weekly vlog because I went to the Knit and Knot Beurs. It's a yarn show in Holland. It was in Tilburg. It was really nice. I loved it. It is far from my home. I had a 2 hour and a quarter train ride to Tilburg, but it was good. And in the train it was nice and cool. So that was not that was not hard. But on the yarn show itself, it was hot in that hall, but it was so nice. I met so many people of me who follow my vlogs and my YouTube channel, and they all came to say hi, and from some lovely ladies I got presents. So it was a very warm welcome day. I met some knitting friends whom I know through Instagram, and yeah, that was really great. It was when I came home the days after, I was exhausted, and I was enjoying what all was happening on the yarn show and who I met, and I always takes me always a few days to process it all, and yeah, that's a good thing. So the days after the knit and knot burst, I didn't do anything but knitting on my couch. Even though it was hot, it didn't matter. I was sitting in front of my van, and oh yeah, I sew a little bit. Sometimes I sew. I like to sew. Also, knitting is my first love, but sewing is the last time I make project bags, and sometimes the flag lines. That flag line, in the vintage flag line my sister made 15 years ago or 20 years ago, I don't know. As long as I live here, it's nearly 20 years ago. And every year it's going up, and I have a little crochet flag. I made it this summer, and the red flag I got from a friend today. She brought me already my present. And nog a lovely bag. I show it later. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I love to knit. That's my first love. And sewing is my second love. And crocheting, I do it sometimes. Yeah, and the first finished object I have this week are my sneaker socks. One, I don't know which one I was the first one. I think this was the first one I made. I made them from toe to leg with a shadow wrap short row heel. I saw this video. I learned it through a video of Denise from Earth Tones Girl, and it's a really nice heel. And especially when you knit from toe to leg. So I finished them after a few weeks. I knit these socks on 2mm needles, and they're fitting really well. I think I did 64 or 68 stitches. I don't remember. I think 68. But they're really tight, good negative ease, and they fit very well. So that's really good. Even kijken, waar heb ik dat? This is the yarn I used for it. Lang yarns. Ik heb hem ook. Lang yarns, Millie Colori socks and lace looks. I bought this through Instagram. It was a second-hand ball, but I love it. It was new. So that's my first finished object. And there's a little sparkle in this. I don't know if you see it in this yarn. So lovely. A little bit for fall or in the early spring, when you can wear them in your sneakers. So that's the first finished object. I don't have more finished objects. I have a nearly finished object. That's also a sock. It's my scrappy sock. The first one I showed, I think, in the week vlog last week. The last podcast I didn't start it yet. I think I didn't start it yet. I'm not sure. And the second one is nearly done. To do 2 rows and then start the toe. I used the scrappy sock pattern from Stephen West from the DK socks. But this is not DK, this is fingering weight, and I used the same heel flap. I love this. This is the Garter Ridge, and then the heel turn is in stockinette, so you don't feel it on under your feet. I started at the leg here, and I started with 64 stitches. Yeah, 64, and yeah, I like the little bit fall colors, and I think I will yeah, finish this tonight. The next time I will see you, they will be finished. That's not a problem, because these scrappy socks are knitting up really quickly, because you want to go, you think, oh yeah, I want to do another row, I want to do another row. You want to see how the colors come together, and that's why they knit up very quickly, quicker than other socks. Grappig, hè? Funny, hè? That it goes that way. These are my third pair of scrappy socks this year. I made one DK and another one with more green colors. But if you want to see that, you have to look back in my previous videos. I don't know which number, but you can look it up if you like. If you like to binge watch all my videos. So that's the second sock I'm knitting on. I take a sip of my coffee. Oh, I love coffee. And sometimes you have days, and that's one of these days is today, that you can drink coffee the whole day. I think this is my sixth cup. Oh yeah, I like it. So then I'm thinking, even denken. Yeah, I have cast on a new sock in my new bag from Birdie and Puppet. Oh, I love this bag. Couldn't resist. I bought it on Etsy. She's on Etsy, Jill. Birdie and Puppet, maybe you know her. She's very famous. She makes the most beautiful bags. It's very neat and yeah, super nice box bottom. And I love this fabric with the foxes and the bear sleeping and the mouse, and I don't know how you call this one in English. Egeltje, we say. And all the leaves. This is a really Halloweeny fall-y bag. And the lining is orange. So super nice. So this came in the mail. I ordered it 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it came to Saturday. It came in the mail, and I'm very happy with it. Yeah, these are one of my favorite bags. I have a few from Birdie and Puppet. And I would like to knit a Halloween sock. And I had a ball from Long Yarns. And when I bought it, it was in the sale. And I thought, oh, these are nice Halloween colors. So I started this sock, I don't know which day, last week, somewhere. I think Saturday. And I knit them on Knit Pros DPNs 2.25 millimeter. I wanted to try that. And I bought these in London at Knit with Attitude when I was in London last summer. Normally I will choose the 20 centimeters, but they didn't have them. So I went for the 15. And it's nice and easy to take with you, the shorter DPNs. But the longer ones, I think they're lying in my hands better. But it succeeds. And I wanted to try 2.25. Normally I do knit my socks on 2.5. But this is knitting up really nice, really neat. So that's a good thing. I cast on 64 stitches. I'm trying to do less stitches so that my socks will fit better. The first year I knitted socks, I always did 72 stitches, but that was too much for my feet. So some socks are very slouchy, and when you wear them around the house, that's fine. But when you wear them in shoes, that's not fine. So I'm improving my sock knitting and trying different things. So this ball is a really nice colory sock yarn. It is from Long Yarns. Jungle Socks it's officially called, and I like it a little bit because I like it to be a Halloween Halloweenish color. And I thought I can cast them on in October, but we have the mystery knit along in October, so I think I start now with the socks and then knit on them until they're ready. I like them a lot. So that's the second sock I'm knitting on. Then we have even zoeken. 59. It's a little bit of a mess here. This bag I have longer. I bought it last year also with Birdie and Puppet. That nice thing that was on it, it was immediately off when I got it. I kept it in a box and it works like this also. This is my sock I knit. The second one. The first one is done. I showed it in the last video. I like to, until now, mostly I knit vanilla socks, because that's like a mindless, and this sock I started at the cuff. I do always 4 centimeter cuff, then a long leg. Normally I do 14, but I didn't do it with this sock. It was 19 centimeters, so I have to knit on this 19 centimeters because I'm not there yet. So this is a sock I want to finish this month, I hope, so that in October I can focus on the mystery knit on. So that's the third sock I think I am knitting on, active knitting on this moment. And this is the yarn online super sokken voorvach, and here is viscose in. That's really soft feeling, so I like the yarn a lot. And then I have another sock on my needles, and that's a sock I don't like so much. I don't like the yarn. I showed it also in the previous videos. That's this one. I have the second on my needles. This is a DK weight yarn. It's from Novita Renault, and I knitted the Steven West Mystery Sock Along heel because I like the, anders is het ook zo saai, anders is die zo boring, the heel. But I don't like the yarn, it's too fluffy for me. I think I have, I don't think I have a lot left from this ball when it's ready, but my friend Liane from Steekjes and So, she's also here on YouTube. She's got a podcast too. She loves the sock. She fits the sock. She was here, and then I said, okay, you like it, so she likes the colors, and I said I will finish the sock and make it for you. So that's the opdracht voor deze maand. Dit is what I will make for her and then gift it to Liane, because I like that somebody likes it, and but I don't want to use this yarn, not in this color. They have a really nice brown variant from this. Maybe the colors I like more, but I bought it online, and when you buy something online you don't really feel it. When I was in the shop I think I did not choose these ball, but okay. It's in my JoJo's bag from the Cozy Up Knits. I love this bag, and I can't wait to put another nice sock in it when this is finished. So yeah, I will try to knit 1 DK sock in 1 month and 2 fingering weight socks. So I like to knit socks, and I like to cast on a lot of socks, but I promised myself to not do more than 3. That's I think 1 DK and 2 normal, and then first finish them and then cast on new ones, because I have a lot of sock yarns. So that was a question of one of my followers. What do you like about knitting socks? She didn't knit socks. I think she did. She knitted only sweaters and that kind of things. So she asked me the question, what do you like about knitting socks? So I made a list because I think I'm forgetting it when I don't write it down. So the first reason is the sock yarn balls are fantastic. You have so many nice colors. So that's the first reason to choose a ball of sock yarn. It's not a big project, so you can take it. Yeah, it finishes faster when you knit a whole shawl or you knit a pair of socks. So that's the second reason that sock knitting is really nice. You just need one ball, so it's very it's not too expensive. You don't have to buy 10 balls. You have to just buy one ball, and you can knit a pair of socks. So that's really, I think that's really nice. It's easy to take with you in your nice project bag, and you can always knit on a sock while waiting in a waiting room or in the train or whatever you want. Hand knitted socks are a lot warmer than the acrylic things from the shops, so that's also a good reason to knit your own socks. And last winter, with high energy prices and my heating system, I didn't put on it a lot. I loved my knitted socks because my feet were cold, and yeah, the woolen socks are a lot warmer, so that's also a reason. And it's a nice to gift to people who knit worthy. I got 2 sisters, and they like them, and sometimes I give them to them. So that are all the reasons why I like to knit socks. And yeah, maybe I can tell it right away. This lovely booklet I bought at the HEMA, and I started this in July when I was on holiday with my dad in the tent on the camping site. And when you're on a camping site, there's more time to do other things than you normally do. So I had the feeling I want to color in a coloring book, and then I thought, I can buy a notizie book, notions book, and make short notities. Notities. Ik weet het even niet in het Engels. So and I like some people have a knitting diary, and I like that a lot, but I tried it last year, but I didn't succeed. So that was not the point. I didn't want a knitting diary, but I thought maybe it's a notitieboekje, notions booklet, just for short notations, short, nice cards you get on holiday. This is from the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. You have the nice washi tapes, and so I started this book on 6th July when I was on holiday, and surprisingly, it works. I'm still keeping track. I don't do it every day. I did it in London. When I was in London, I did it every day. When I came back in my hotel, I cut things out of the metro. When you go with the underground, there's every day a journal. You can take it, and I did the highlights, what was going on in the world. I cut it out and stick it in my book, plak it in my book. Hoe zeg je dat? So that is surprisingly well. That was my hotel. I think I showed it in the London vlogs also, but I want to tell you that it's still going on. I'm still keeping track of what I do in a short notitions. There's not long stories. My lovely follower Bean made this lovely aquarelle bird for me. Oh, I wish I could do this like this. I love it. She was a teacher on the school. So she made this painting, so I love it. So she made this for me to put it in my book. And every week, every Sunday, I'm making a list in this book from where do I want to knit on, what are the important things in my week. And yeah, when I was at the beurs, I get cards, I plug it in my book, stick it in my book. So it's a sort of a memory diary, knitting, a little bit knitting diary. And dus that's what I like. And then I was in Tilburg at the HEMA, and I saw that the new booklets were in the sale for €2. So I bought a few because this one's nearly full and I want to succeed with the book. And that's what I do. And I like to do it. It's a success. We can say that. So now we have the other projects I work on. When I came back from the beurs, I was very, very tired and I needed some mindless knitting. So I'm finally attached the 4th lane on my Northeasterly blanket. I started this blanket, I think in January, after the holidays and Christmas and so forth. I started this, and it's a scrappy. It's all the leftover scraps from swaps and from projects I made. And Sunday I finished first the 3rd lane, the 4th lane, this last piece, and started with the purple and the green. So this is a mindless knit. I'm trying to do now every few mornings when I wake up. I'm trying to do this one, and I change it with the Cosiest Memories blanket. The second one I'm still knitting on, but this is a nice knit also, and I'm not in a hurry with this. This can take years maybe, I don't know. We'll see. And the Cosiest Memories blanket, that's my second. My first one I finished in, what was it ook alweer? I think in May or in June. And my second one, I like this so much, so I started immediately a second one. And in this blanket I will put only hand-dyed yarns. That's the rule for this blanket. Hand-dyed scrappies, leftovers, and things I swapped. And I started this 6th July, I think, when we went to Schorl. Okay. So I'm not knitting a square every day, but I'm knitting a few, I think 3 times a week. And then I do the Northeasterly. Om en om. Hoe zeg je dat nou in het Engels? Nou, maakt niet uit. Dus this is my own made. Still just one drawstring. I need another one. Made it 2 years ago. Oh yeah, that's nice to tell. I made it 2 years ago. I was searching for a tutorial for making a project bag. I went to the local fabric store and they didn't even heard about what is a project bag, the lady said. So I thought, okay, here I'm not going to come any further. So I went to YouTube and I googled in YouTube making your own project bag. And then I came out on the vlogs from Ellie from Little Drops of Wonderful, because she has 3 films, 3 tutorials made how to make your own dodgy bag. She calls it dodgy bags. I love it. So 2 years ago I made the first one, that was this model. I didn't do a box bottom because the film she made like this one, a little bit different, but I was very happy and I used it a lot. But lately I'm more sewing more project bags because I love it. I have a lot of scrappy fabrics. So yesterday I thought, or a few days ago, Oh yeah, I can watch she has 3 films, three tutorials, and I can watch the other 2. So that's what I did. And she has a dodgy bag mail. I love it. The next time it will come, I will participate in that. She's very inspiring. Ellie is a wonderful lady. I think that she was one of the first knitting vlogs through the bag. I found her, and she's one of the first knitting vlogs I followed. But I know everybody knows her. She's very famous. She's got a lot of followers, and I love her British accent. I can listen to her for hours. It will never be boring. And I think she's a lovely person. She can tell everything so clear, and she's always happy. She looks always happy, and she looks real. Oh yeah, that's really I think that's really important. She's real. I think she's in real life the same person as you see in the videos. So that's very attractive, of course. And she lives in England, and I love England. I hope I can meet her in the future, or sometimes in the future, maybe in London or so. I don't know. I'm a fan of Ellie, and thanks to Ellie, I can make these lovely bags. And I made a tutorial myself in Dutch, and I linked Ellie, of course, in the description box, because it was not my idea, and I did it in Dutch. So a lot of Dutch followers of me have made project bags, thanks to Ellie, and thanks to my Dutch version of making a project bag. So if you will see, you can see it here on my channel, but it's in Dutch. So just because of that, I'm tripping to the project bags. I wanted to make an Halloween bag. I love the movie Hocus Pocus. When my eldest child, he's turning 24 in October, when he was I think about 2 years old, it was on a Sunday. I was alone with him. My the father of my child was away the whole day, and I put on I think it was Channel Plus or so, and I immediately was taken by this movie, Hocus Pocus. I loved it. I was immediately fan of that movie. It's more than 20 years ago now. And my little boy from 2 years old, he likes the film also. So I immediately bought it on DVD. I still have it. And we watched it grey. That's how we call it in Holland. So I wanted to buy a Hocus Pocus project bag, but they're very expensive, and the most of them come from America. So I thought last year I'm going to look on AliExpress, and I found a cushion cover from the Hocus Pocus ladies, and that's what I gave it to my son. He's on his bed. That's a nice thing to tell. He calls me and my sisters, we are 3. He calls us the Sanderson sisters, and he calls me always Winifred. He thinks I'm like Winifred, and my other sisters, my younger sisters, is Sarah, and my eldest sisters is Mary, I think. So we're big fans of this, and so I bought the 2 cushion covers, and the one was this one. This was a little one, but it's a really acrylic feeling. So I thought, I'm making a project bag of it. So that's what I did this week. I cut it out. I had a nice brown, some threads are hanging out. Nice brown, we call it in Dutch vloers stuff. I bought it in a thrift shop, and I wanted to make a bigger project bag, and it worked out, and I love it. So this is my Hocus Pocus version. Dodgy bag. Hoe dodgy can you have it? Nou, in this bag lives... Of zal ik eerst de andere bags laten zien? I show you first the other things I made. I made a needle case. I showed it in my week vlog, I think. This is after an idea from Anna and Carlos. And I used one of the mouth masks. I was in London in January and I was at Liberty's, and she said, do you want to buy 5 mouth masks for £1 instead of £45? So I thought, oh yeah, I will only buy it for the fabric. So I thought, hey, I can use a mouth mask for a pocket. I made this, embroidered this on it. It's a scrappy project. And here are my few circular needles. And the roses fabric I bought in Notting Hill in the Red Cross shop. And I could give a donation for this fabric. So this turns out really well. I love it a lot. But I have to make something over it because now it's falling out. So that's the next thing I going to make a flap, hoe zeg je dat? That it will cover, make it here, so that my needles don't fall out. So it's not really ready yet, but I already love it. And I made some other dodgy bags. This one is also the brown fluor stuff. This was leftover fabric. And I didn't do the zeg ze dat nou? Lining. The lining is just white, but I didn't fill it with fiber fill because this is a sort of a dodgy bag, and I love it. So that's one I made, and yesterday I made this one. Also a really vintage. It was a tablecloth. And this is tweed, very, feels not fine, but it's, I made a boxed bottom and I didn't do the interfacing yet, that's what I searched for. I did also, just a white lining. So this is another dodgy bag, I love it. And I made another 3 project bags. One with the roses, here is interfacing in, and another lining. These are drawstrings with a boxed bottom. I love the boxed bottoms. This is blue, and this is also the fabric from London, from the thrift stores. And I made I'm trying to make like, how do you call it? Quilting. I think it's quilting. All the pieces together, knit together, sew together. I made a mistake. I had the meaning was not that it was on the bottom. I had to do another fabric here, but I forgot. So it's a little bit dodgy, wonky. I don't care. I love it a lot. I will going to sell a few, I think, in my Knitting in a Project bag Instagram, but I don't know a date yet. I will make a few first, and then when I've got a few ready, I will put it on, and then I will announce it on my Instagram account. Knitting Inden is my normal Instagram account, and the other is Knitting Inden Project Bags. So we'll see when that happens. Now, the project that lives in my Halloween bag. Fits a little. Oh, it's so nice, soft. I can lie my head on it and sleep on it. Here is the Melting Marl shawl from Stephen West. I cast it on a few weeks ago. I showed it in my previous episodes. It's a really nice fingering weight. I do it with alpaca from Drops, held double with this yarn, alpaca silk from Drops. These are really affordable, zeg je dat? Yeah. It's not too expensive yarn, and I held these two together, and I'm using a 5mm needle. Yeah, and it's going to be a half a circle, very big. I have to do 20 repeats now, so the yeah, it takes very long, and then I have to increase again, and then you have 600 stitches on your needle or so, I don't know exactly. So it will be a very big half triangle shawl. Half triangle, no, a half a circle shawl. So that's really nice, easy knit, but yeah, I'm not, didn't do a few rows I did since last time. And I'm using up all my this kind of colors: green, pink, blues, yeah, grays. Yeah, that's the color choice. Maybe I will put this is from my Versus Unite leftover. I mix this with another, and then this kind of colors. So I hope I will. Yeah, I will. This is my stash. I hope when the shawl is finished, the stash is less. That the stash is gone. But it's a nice knit. The Melting Marl Shawl from Stephen West. I had the pattern a few years for last year. I bought it, I think. So I had the pattern for a while. But in October the Mystery Knit Along starts, and I will focus on that first, because I hope, like last year, I will finish it in 4 weeks. Last year I did succeed. I knitted 5 days in a week on the shawl, and then I had the clues done, and then I knit other things. So that's the planning this year also, that I knit only on the Stephen West shawl, and hopefully I will finish it in the end of October. Can't wait to start, but yeah, we have to wait a little bit. Then I knitted on my confetti sweater. I'm using the pattern of the Weekender, but I don't do reverse stockinette, and I don't do the slip stitch. But the rest of the pattern I use for this sweater. I've got a lot of these confetti, yeah, all the colors in the bag. It's all in this bag. Oh. And I forgot to show now. Yeah, there were all 10 gram of 20 gram minis, these. And I held it together with a black yarn, so that the colors are colorful, but not too much, because I don't think I'm going to wear it. I'm very curious to see when this is done. It will take a little of it. It will take a while. And the sleeves I'm going to do black, so that it's a little bit, yeah, not too colorful, if you know what I mean. But I think I like it. So we'll see. That's what I'm working on also. Yeah, I forgot to show this one, this dodgy bag. So this is linen. This is from an old Cindy skirt. All the fabrics I used. So this one I already also made. Yeah, and then the Mystery Knit Along. Yeah, I'm thinking about the colors. I was knitting I knit a swatch. I was thinking about these 4 colors, this, and this, but the black and the red is it's not enough contrast. So now I made a decision, and I will show you what I'm going to use. And I don't want to change anymore. This nice, yeah, it looks a little bit like sand, off-white. This lovely red. And this ball I had from the Breidagen from up Mesca last year, and then this brown, because I wanted the colors to be like, when you look at it, then you think, oh, lovely colors for your eyes, and not yeah, I don't know. When I see this shawl when it's finished, I don't know how it will, yeah, what it will be. But then one thing I know is that I like the colors, and when the colors are good, I think you wear the shawl faster. My Stephen West Mystery Knit Along from 2022, I did it with red and this kind of color. Yeah, it's in the bag. I can't show you, but you can see it on my Instagram account, Knitting Inden. But the red and the pink and the ecru of the off-white, it looks a little bit like a candy stick what you put in the Christmas tree. And these colors are nice, but I don't choose to wear the shawl so fast because of the shape. Didn't like the shape last year. I did like the knit a lot. I loved it, but the finished shawl, I don't like the shape, especially here in front of. Sorry, I will take it. Oh, wait. Look, this is my twist and turns from last year. Yeah, this is what I mean. The colors are nice, but it looks like a candy stick, a Christmas candy stick. Sometimes I wear this, but when I'm on my bike, this is just not warm enough. And what I don't like the braids, that this is very yeah, it looks like you have got holes in your shawl. So that's what I don't like about the shawl. I liked this piece. I liked a lot. This piece and this piece. This is my favorite part of the shawl. And I loved, of course, I loved this piece. And this yarn was so soft. So I'm not regretting that I did it. I love it. I loved it. The process was so good. It's my very first Stephen West artwork shawl, I call it. But the shape of this shawl is not my favorite. But I think I am not the only one. But I loved the process. It was so nice. So I hope I feel the same feelings as I had last year. And when I'm going to put all my free time in knitting this shawl, the new Stephen West Geo Gradient. So in middles is it a big mess on my bed. I can see what I have to clean it up first. So I'm looking forward to knit the new shawl. These are my colors, and I'm not going to change anymore. This is the final choice for the colors, and I think it will be a nice shawl. I love it. Can't wait to start. It takes a little while. I didn't buy the pattern yet. I will do that the coming weeks. And when it's 5 October, it's on a Thursday, that's my podcast day. I will start immediately when I tape my videos. Sometimes I can't get the words, and then I'm watching it back, and then I think, oh Dad, you have to say that. So stupid, I'm so sorry. So yeah. So I love to start with it, but it takes a little while. Yeah, then I have a few acquisitions. I got a lot of nice presents from viewers, and but I bought a few things myself. The presents what I got from viewers, you can see it in my weekly vlog from last week. There I show it all, and I don't do it again now. The ball I bought was this one. That's the Novita. I love this. This is a DK weight sock yarn, and yeah, I couldn't resist to take this. And I bought 2 balls at Valhalla. That's I think they only sell sock yarn. It's a shop with all sock yarns. So she had this one from Flotte Socken. That's I think a German brand. And these is Carnival of Colors. Is it called? This is color 1691. Lovely, hè? Looks a bit of like, hoe zeg je dat ook weer? Spin cycle yarns. All the colors in one strand. Love it. And I bought this one for Christmas. The Christmas. Is dit ook Vlotte Sokken? Ja, Vlotte Sokken. For Christmas. Really, really like this color. I don't know if I knit it this Christmas or Christmas later, because I got a lot of Christmas balls already, and I will choose what I feel on that moment. So these two I bought myself, and I had bought with Wools of Holland. She's from Holland. She uses only wool from Holland. I bought this strength 2 skeins bedoel ik. And I bought one up because I wanted to try it for my Stephen West shawl, but this is too thin. I don't think it fits with the other yarn, so I'm going to use it for another project. I don't know what yet, but it's a sock yarn, so I can use it for socks also. So that's a good one. Then I was at my local yarn shop yesterday, the Breifiets in Hengelo. It's called like the knitting bicycle. That's the translation. And she had a lot of nice, oh I loved it, I fell immediately for it. These ones from Borgo di Passi, Millie. And it is a little bit rustic. I choose these two colors. I don't know yet what I thought. At first I thought I'm going to use it for the mystery knit along, but this yarn is too thick. So that was off gauge. I tried a test. I tried it, but as you can see, the gauge is not in comparing with these two. That doesn't fit. So I'm not using it for the mystery knit along, but I liked that I did a swatch, and I don't like this color combination for me. Maybe some people like it a lot, but no, I don't like the combinations. I like the yellow, I like all the colors apart but not together. So that's good to try. And I've got, from these balls I got two. It's 275 meters on each ball. And I'll make another shawl. I was thinking about the half and half triangles wrap, because then I have to, from both balls I have to do another 2, I think, but I have to look in the pattern for it, and think, oh, this knitted really nice. The yellow one was really soft and nice to knit, so I thought maybe it's a good alternative for the linen quill. In this yarn is no linen in, but it is 50% wool and even zien, 25 acrylic and 25 polyester and 50% wool. But it feels like there's linen in, or linen or silk. It's yeah, I love it a lot. These balls cost €4.95, so it's not too expensive. So I'm thinking of the half and half triangles wrap in this beautiful yarn, but then I have to buy some balls. But she had a lot of balls in the stash, and I was talking with her in the shop, and then she asked me, do you want to help me with the workshops? I was really surprised, and I said, yes, I'd love to help you, because she gives workshops sometimes, and then she's got 8 persons in the group, and that's a little bit too much for one person, yeah, who tells you what to do. So she was looking for an assistant, and I said yes. So in the future I'm going to help with the workshops in the Breifiets winkel. I love it. So yeah, these two balls I'm going to use. I think for the half and half triangles wrap, I want to knit that also a year. Maybe it's a nice mindless knit. But then I have to get at least two from, I've got, I think I used then 3 balls or 4 balls, a color. Now we'll see. We can decide it later. So that is what I have. I think I forgot, maybe I forget something to say. I always forget things when I'm ready. I always think, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to tell, but it's not important enough maybe, and it will come another time. What I do love, I want to share that with you. One of my viewers, my Dutch viewers, gave me a box of presents for my birthday, and one of the things that was in it was this beautiful Christmas ball with my name on it. So lovely, and she made it for me and for another 2 ladies. I think this is so much work. It looks like a lot of work. I think Anna and Carlos have a tutorial from this, but I really love it, so it will be in my Christmas tree every year. Nice, huh? Yeah, she had another box full of nice things, but you can see that in the weekly vlog from last week. So now I think that was it for this week. Oh yeah, my birthday is of course tomorrow, and my lovely friend, one of my best friends, she lives across the street here. She said, do you have time? I want to bring you something for your birthday, alvast already. And we were at in Hattem at the big flea market in the whole village. There's a flea market. I showed some footage in the last 2 weeks ago, I think. And there was a lady who sells her things, and she had a little stall next to her stall, and there were all the nice like project bags, but she sold them as toilet bags. But I was immediately in love with this. It's so nice made. It's like quilting. I think it's quilting or patchwork. I don't know how you call it. And it's neat, netjes sewn. So I loved it, but I didn't buy it because I at that moment I think I didn't have so much to spend. But my lovely friend bought it for me, and she said, you get it for your birthday, and a red flag line. So I'm very happy, and she bought it to me today already. And I'm going to use this as a project bag. But what I thought, maybe I can make D-rings here on this, and then a strap that you can use it as a normal bag. It's always so a pity that we have the most beautiful project bags and they're all living in my house and nobody sees them. So I thought it's maybe an idea yeah, for my next project bag makes. I'm going to make D-rings and a strap so that you can crossbody. You can take it to the shop, but because it's such a nice bag, and then your knitwear there, your sock knit where you work on, you can take it along with you. When I go to my dad's house, I will. Now I take the project bags, but I always put it in another bag so nobody sees them. But these bags are too lovely to not to show them, so that's what I want to do. Maybe, and I think it's a good idea. Now, I hope I don't forget anything. If I do, then it will come the next week. I will say thank you for watching. If you made it until here, applause. I did a little bit of footage what I stick between this after this. So if you like to watch further, you can do that. If you don't, it's also good. You can cut it here, quit here, and or you watch it in parts. I don't know. And I'm looking at my cat Pookie. She's lying on my bedside. So nice to see. So see you next week. I think I will. A few weeks ago, I said I do a weekly podcast episode, but a lot of viewers of mine said they love the weekly vlogs, so I think I will switch it. So the one week the weekly vlogs, the other week an episode. I think that's more realistic to do, and yeah, I want to know what you're thinking. What do you like? Do you like my episodes more, or do you like it both? Or do you like the week vlogs more? I love to do them both, but I think I can, do it every other week episode, and then the other week the weekly vlog. I think that is going to be it. So I will say have a nice week. Happy knitting, happy sewing, happy crocheting, and enjoy fall. I hope it's going to come soon. Fall all the leaves. Doei! Good morning, it is Sunday, 9-10 September already. I bought this lovely bag on Etsy from Birdie and Poppet. It came yesterday, I think yesterday in the mail, in the post, yeah. I love the bag, it's really, really neat, and yeah, echt, I fall in love with this fabric, with the little foxes and sleeping bears and mouses. I don't know how you call this in English. In Nederlands it is een egeltje. And they're sleeping in the lovely leaves. And I bought this ball of long yarn super socks. And I thought this was for sale. And when I bought it, I thought these are really Halloween colors. So this is my Halloween autumnal sock I'm going to cast on now, and I'm doing that on 2.25 millimeter needles. I bought them in London at Knit with Attitude, and they're short, 15 centimeters. Normally I have 20, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to start at the cuff because I want to do like the Stephen West heel, like in the Stephen West socks, because I love that. It fits really good. So see you later. Afternoon. It's Monday. I did my household this morning, and now I'm knitting for an hour on this Halloween sock, watching 72 stitches. And what I like about this is that I knit this on 2.25 millimeter needles for the first time, and I think it's really it's tighter knit, so I think this will fit my foot better than 2.5 millimeter needles. So we'll see at the end, but I like to knit on this sock. This Monday it's still hot in the Netherlands, too hot. Tomorrow it will be less, 10 degrees less, and hopefully it stays that way because the heat is not my friend anymore. Evening. I'm sitting and knitting on this nice scrappy sock. This is the second sock. I'm very relaxed today. It's hot in the Netherlands, so we'll take it slow. And I want to tell that I was looking at my camping vlog from last July, and I bought this book at the HEMA. It's Notions booklet where you can put your pictures in, and I made a sort of holiday journal, but not only a holiday journal, but the things I want to knit, short notitions. There's not a long stories, or just a nice little things you like to write down and remind what your plans are this during the week. And in London I also did it. Maybe I let it show in the London vlogs, I don't know it anymore. But my book is nearly full. So I thought I was at the HEMA in Tilburg, and the booklets were in the sale for €2. So I bought 3 already. Because I hope, maybe they're going to be discontinued. I don't think so, because I worked at the HEMA all 35 years, and I think we sell these books every year. But hopefully, they are not going to be discontinued. But I have 3 in stash already, because mine is nearly full. So that's a nice thing, and that's what I'm doing on this Monday evening. Good morning. It is Tuesday, 12th September. I woke up at 7:30. Now it is around 8 o'clock, I think. Last night it was a really, hoe zeg je dat in English? The weather turned from very hot to 20 degrees. That's really good, but there was thunder. Thunderstorms and rain a lot, so I was awake a few times. But now it is a lot cooler than yesterday, so that's good. And I'm going to knit on my Northeasterly blanket, and later on I'm going to my dad's house, so that's what I'm doing. See you later. Morning, and I'm on my way to my dad's house. It is really a good temperature now. It's 20 degrees, I think, 18 maybe now, 17. It's very damp, but I love it. And the water line is a bit lower than a few weeks ago when there was so much rain. So I think it's normal. And I did already my shopping groceries for today. My new bag is hanging on my bike. So this is how I look. And we'll bike through to my dad's house, and we'll get a coffee first there and do some homework for my father. See you later. Here my father is making apple cake, apple pie, apple tart we call it in Dutch, for my birthday. My father was a baker, is a baker, and he makes the apples with a machine, and the machine makes cut the outside off and makes it in squares, or something like that. And here he is making the top, and I get all the messages in between when I tell this. Sorry for that. Morning, it is Wednesday, 13th September. I'm knitting on my Northeasterly blanket. This is a nice green color. First I did the purple, then the green, and this wool is so nice, this yarn. I'm going to knit it all up in this blanket. Around 10 o'clock I'm starting to film my podcasts for tomorrow already, because tomorrow's my birthday and I don't have the time to tape it and re-edit it, so I will do that today, and then I can put them on YouTube tomorrow morning. So that's what I'm doing. And if you watched until here, if you succeed the whole thing, and then I will thank you for watching and see you next week. Have a nice day.